I'm in Treviso in northern Italy to learn more about this region's famous drunken cheeses. And in fact, it's not wine inside all these barrels, but wheels and wheels of cheese. So these are some of the barrels that have cheese inside?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm in the underground cellars of Caseificio Carpenedo, a family-run cheese business specialising in the fine art of barrel maturation, just outside the town of Treviso in Veneto, Italy. Okay, so there's actually cheeses inside here.
Cheeses is inside.
Okay, don't disturb the cheese.
Inside, no, we can.
When Austro-Hungarian troops moved through this region in World War I, they forced the local residents to give up their food for the soldiers. Already depleted by the war, the local farmers were facing severe food shortages, and in an attempt to try and secretly keep some food aside, they hid wheels of cheese inside old wine barrels. When the time came to retrieve the cheese, the farmers discovered that the flavours of the cheese and wine had married together with delicious results. Their desperate ploy had been a stroke of culinary genius, and the famous drunken cheeses were born.
The tradition of drunken cheese comes from the Piave area, Piave River, from the First World War.
Okay.
And now is thanks to our family, because my father was the first to introduce in the market such as these cheeses. And in fact, what we do with these cheeses is bring cheese and put inside with the grapes. The cheese mature with the grapes and can absorb from the skin of the grapes the aromas of the wine.
Right.
It's not important to give a very winey taste, but has to be elegant in a good balance with the cheese, because when I have affineurs cheeses, I have to understand the cheese, but also the affineurs with the wine.
Okay, so you have to
always
balance. Match the right cheese and the right wine to get the right sort of marriage. Yeah, okay.
Exactly.
And how did the discovery of the drunken cheeses happen?
Behind the cheese, the history was from the farmer of Treviso area. During the war, they have the idea to preserve the cheese between grapes, because soldiers doesn't find on the house, and they can preserve it for the family.
Ah, so that hiding their cheese.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. In wine. What a great idea.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah. Very great idea.
I can't wait to taste.
Yes, it's a moment.
Great. If you see a cheese with a really dark purple rind like this, chances are it's a drunken cheese, and the cheese name might include the word ubriaco, which is Italian for drunk. Oh wow, yum. Can really see the wine impact there,
exactly.
Coming in. Grazie.
You feel the cheese, and a little bit you have the wine, but not too much.
Just subtle.
That's very little.
It's just like...
You can breathe during, and you can feel the aromas.
It's just like perfect cheese and wine in every mouthful.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
And
it's just a little bit of the wine, just to balance the cheese flavour. It looks dry, but again, humidity is there. There's still very moist.
Yeah. The humidity that you feel on the cheeses, it's thanks to the wine.
Yeah.
There is a penetration of the wine inside the texture, the aroma of the wine, and you see the color.
Yeah. And your family specialise in these drunken cheeses.
We can say that we are the first in Italy to introduce in the market the drunken cheeses.
Yeah. Okay.
From 1976 is a date important for us, because from that date we start to make the affineurs with wine.
Okay. From there, Alessandro's family further refined the technique of maturing cheeses in barrels, and they didn't just restrict themselves to using wine and grapes. This cheese, called Vento d'estate, is matured in barrels packed with freshly cut mountain hay that dairy animals graze on during the summer months in alpine pastures. The hay imparts an incredibly rich flavour to the cheese, and combining the two is a way of paying respect to the natural relationship between pastures and cheese making.
In this case we are using hay, and hay comes from high mountains, And you can understand that in high mountains you have hay, but you have herbs, flowers, with the beautiful aromas of mountains.
I can just smell that.
Yeah. It's incredible.
It's amazing. It's so complex. There's just so many different flavors coming up there.
As you can see,
so let's have a look inside.
The cheese is inside.
Wow. Okay.
And,
so we've got all the hay there, some grapes.
It will.
Yeah.
Smell it.
My goodness.
Yeah. The cheese was so.
I've never smelled cheese so good.
All from the hay. It's incredible.
Wow.
Yeah. So when we use the barrels for the first time after the affinage of wine affinage, also in that moment you have a beautiful smell.
Yes.
Together with the hay comes something new, something
amazing.
Different.
But it's their signature blue cheese that's a true testimony to happy relationships. A marriage of cheese and wine that will warm your heart in more ways than one. So Alessandro, this is a Drunken blue cheese, Blue 61. I hear there's a really lovely story behind this cheese, how it was created. Tell me about that.
So yes, it's a love story, this cheese, and I think the better way is that my father and my mother tell the story to you.
Il Blue 61 è il formaggio dell'amore. Perché il formaggio dell'amore?
In 2011, born this cheese, this idea, because my father says that in 2011 a great party because was the anniversary of 50 years old get married, and the idea of my father was to find a cheese, to dedicate the cheese to this event.
I love that. I love that. So celebrate the anniversary, make a special cheese.
Exactly.
Beautiful.
He decided to add also cranberry, to give a special jewel for my mother, to have a cheese jewel for this anniversary, and I suggest to my father to add also cranberry because I think it's a good combination, and also a presentation of the cheese is something different.
Formaggio eccellente, con un bel colore di rosso rubino, come il ramoso piave, di conseguenza anche i profumi sono elevati non solo al formaggio ma anche ai frutti di bosco che abbiamo messo assieme. Adesso lo appoggio qua.
Our business today is looking out on the foreign countries with great satisfaction because people love our cheeses and we are passionate about this. All what we do in our company is do with passion. Without passion you can't do this work because early in the morning, late in the evening, and so it's very heavy, but we do all with passion, passion and love.
Sweet wine, the blue cheese, the cranberry. Ah, perfect.